Welcome to This is Fitness, the podcast for the bodybuilding and all things fitness, bringing you real life version of the fitness industry from people who've lived and breathed it. We explore new trends and serious topics while dispelling myths and calling out stupidity within the fitness industry. Jimmy and Chris offer their unique insight, delivered with healthy sarcasm. Let's crush those fitness goals together. This is Fitness. And now your hosts, Jimmy Sadek and Chris Thomas.
Welcome to This is Fitness. Happy New Year. Season 2, Episode 1. Sounds fancy, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Sounds like a proper podcast.
Yeah, who would consider that? What's been happening?
New year, new podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, new along with the new resolutions, eh?
Did you make any?
No, I never do.
I don't think I did.
Did you?
No, I didn't. I don't really do. I put in I put back into my my notes just a couple of non-negotiables of the day, have routine every day. I have to do an hour cardio every day. That's it, really. I'm just going back to that, just because I want to move a little bit more. Fuck man, I've seen some sun. I'm so burnt still on my face.
I'm gonna say, look at the color of you.
I'm like, fucked. I'm so burnt. I shouldn't wear a pink hat. Makes me look fucking. I get a green one. Complexion worse. Fuck. No hat.
And green doesn't go with red anyway.
Nah, the weather's been cracker here, I'll probably spend maybe 1 or 2 hours out in the pool day with Polo. And that's it. But it's been every day. The weather's been mad. Yesterday and today the weather's shit for the rest of the week. But it's almost a welcome change to not be just hot as fuck.
Apparently it's supposed to be pretty crappy here. It rained a little bit last night, and then the next couple of days, I think we're gonna get a storm maybe tonight. I think I got to check, but not that really matters because I'll be inside anyway. But then I think till right through the weekend, the weather's crappy. But man,
yeah, we'll sit with that.
No complaining. The weather's been just amazing, but it's been extremely hot, right through the break. I've been outside just getting burnt, screwing boards down onto the deck the whole time. So I've got heaps. I got a t-shirt on, so you can't see how dark I am, but we could compare tans.
The deck looks fantastic. We should send it to the lady who puts the podcast together for us.
Yeah.
You should pin it in.
Yeah.
See what it looks like. Because fucking looks good, man.
Thanks,
There's
bro.
no way in hell that I could have done that, regardless of payment.
Well, my best boy Nathan helped me. He's got to get a shout out, and he will be hearing this because he pretends he doesn't listen to this, but he does. So just letting you know that we know you listening to it. But we did it heaps, and there were some days out here, man, that we just did 3 hours and looked at each other and went, "Fuck this, let's go inside." It was just too hot, And some of that far end that you saw, the majority of it was under the pergola. So even though it was really hot, you had some sort of covering, even though it's like that UV protection cover. But out that far end there's no cover at all. You're just out there just copping the sun straight in the back of your head. Not good.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah. So
it's not real good. So you pretty much go. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how's Chrissy?
Yeah, Christmas and New Year's was pretty quiet. New Year's was a bit overboard. Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. Got out of hand. Actually, we spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, you send me a photo when you're in the spa. I've got nothing.
I think that tells you where I got to. I just forgot. Actually, I remember the next day I didn't send you a picture, but I actually was still putting that table setting together at about 4 or 5 o'clock. I think when I talked to you, I'd only just finished. So I'd been working all day trying to get that thing together. I went, righto. And then my mate's like, I said, we can have some drinks around here. And he's like, oh, do you want to just come to my house? And I was like, no, I just finished the deck here, man. I'm going to just, have some drinks here.
Yeah.
So But it was good. We caught up the next day with him and stuff. Had a swim, and the weather was good. So
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah, didn't train much though. Trained. This is for everyone out there that's concerned about their physiques falling apart in 3 minutes, and everyone else that's falling apart at this time of year because they didn't get a day or two's eating right. But I trained twice in 14 days. There you go. You heard it. By the time I finished outside working in the sun, there's no way I was training. So mm, back to it this week.
I did what did I do? It worked out to be up until the second.
Mm,
I think I did at least one day on, one day off.
mm,
There's a couple there I just did 1 day, 2 days off. Um, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, instead of doing my head in about not feeling it, I was just like, fuck it.
right.
Just enjoy not training because you don't get to not train for a reason that often. And like
That's
the
right.
whole season's a good time to chill.
Mm,
No one's got nothing going on. Like we're not prepping. We don't like. And if anything, um, like I got bigger and I'll look better. I'm
mm,
probably not as lean, but like I gave my body a chance to just actually fill out and just have a rest.
yeah.
So it's and anyone that like freaks the fuck out, you go back to the gym in 2 workouts, you're back to normal.
Mm,
Like it doesn't fall apart
mm.
that fast after putting all that work in.
No, that's
Like,
that's that's the point. I train Christmas Day. Can you believe that? Me. I train Christmas Day. You know why?
boy, it's a
Because
great
I'm
one.
hardcore.
Right. When I used to go train before Christmas Day started is for the pure fact that I could eat more if I trained before I ate. That was the number one and only reason I would go to the gym. Like now with Apollo, I'm not going to go train early. I'll make sure I'm up by the time he's up. But um, yeah, no, like Christmas Day I didn't train, New Year's Day I didn't train. Come to think of it, New Year's Eve I didn't train. Um, it just the weather was too good to be in the gym. So if I didn't get up in the morning, I was like, fuck that,
Mm.
you know. So plus with the party a little bit too. So um, over this season, that takes priority for sure.
Did you have a New Year's party?
No, we were gonna have a barbecue. Like we had one last year, and we hosted Christmas this year, and I had a bit of a shindig on the Friday before Christmas. Oh,
Right,
sorry, Friday after Christmas,
right.
with a few of my good clients. So Verity was like, "I don't want to host New Year's thing." So I was like, "Sweet." So we just chilled at home. We had dinner on the beach. My mum and dad came home, put Apollo to bed. Verity fell asleep at like 10:30,
Mm.
and then I just stayed up all night betting on sports bet with the Chinese horses. I lost so much money. The every next one I was going to win, but yeah,
Were you in the condition to actually be making purposeful bets?
I was making fantastic bets. They were just they were just getting very unlucky each one.
So
Like I'd look at the tipsters, what the tipsters did,
yeah,
and then if they tipped one of my favorite numbers, I'd just take that one. Or if I liked the color that had my favorite number, I'd take that one. Or it was like real good odds, and one of the tipsters tipped it. I was like, I have to go that one, like each way.
Mm,
All disastrous.
mm, mm.
So, but look, I was chilled. I was just relaxed. I I just wanted to try and relax as much as possible this break, which I did. So,
Mm.
um, it was a good time getting back into the groove of work this week, and
Mm.
then fully back at it next week. You know, so um, done and dusted for another holiday season.
Yeah, I was sad to see it come to an end. I was actually enjoying myself, and no, I enjoyed working right through, doing what I was doing. It was cool as, but you know what, my back, it's only just starting to recover now. Like, for like a week solid, I was just like bent over, couldn't walk properly. You know, just back break. It's not like it's heavy work. You're just sitting in one position, just bzz,
You know
bzz,
what?
you know?
You know what I don't get right?
Yeah.
There's no chance I could do manual labor work and
Mm.
try and be a bodybuilder. The respect I have for the guys that fucking train
Yeah, I
day
know.
in, day out, follow a plan,
Yeah.
and then like work on the tools, work outside. Like you motherfuckers are so much better than any one of us. Do you know what I mean? I'd much rather see videos of them on Instagram doing what they do during the day than a fucking online coach talking about how motivating they are sitting in their house. You know what I mean?
Sitting in their staged house that they don't own.
Yeah, but like seriously, think about it. How hard would it be to go and be on the fucking tools for 8 hours
Dude, I've said this all the time. I used to look at them all the time, come in
and
the
then
gym.
go to the gym?
They'd come in the afternoon, work boots on, all their shit on. They've been out worked all day. They go to the gym at 5 o'clock. Man, this is the truth. I'd love to be able to measure, right? Now, I'm a morning trainer, right? Or lunchtime. That's it, right? Now, it's not that I don't train in the afternoon,
Mm.
okay? But I would love to be able to measure the percentage decline of chances of me training after 12 o'clock, how much it declines per hour after that,
I
right?
can tell you that because on holidays, as soon as it hit 1 o'clock, I wasn't training that day.
Well, here we go now. It's 2 o'clock in Queensland. So it's 3 o'clock there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's 2 o'clock. Now I either train at 6 o'clock tonight, right? In monkey time, right?
yeah.
Or what do you think? What do you reckon? You're a betting man. What are the tips to say?
100% think you will not fucking go to the gym today.
Mm,
Dude, it's not, it's like over the holidays I had, and this is how I justified not training too, because I was like, you know what? I can't even train when I usually train, where I enjoy training. So
mm,
training stopped becoming fun. I had to train before Apollo woke up.
hmm.
So that's before I have to be at the gym before 5, right? Therefore, I don't get to sleep when I'm on holidays, right?
Yeah.
Or I train middle of the day when he has a nap.
Yeah.
And the weather was that fucking good.
Yeah. I know.
I
I get
literally
it.
put myself in the gym when I could be outside by the pool.
Right.
Or I train after he goes to sleep, which is after 7:30, where I just want to kick back and relax.
Mm.
So what else was I supposed to do?
You know, I agree with you in that, and I was completely. This is the truth, right? Now that the outside and the out the back looks the way it does and is finished the way it does, it puts a whole new perspective. Like, I mean, yesterday I was actually eating meals outside yesterday, and I just looked at it and went, I think it was one of the weekend days, which I don't know, every day's been like a weekend the last 2 weeks anyway, but like, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, and I was just sitting there just like going, I'm not going anywhere. People saying, come here, do this, let's go to this, let's go to the beach. I'm just like, dude, I don't need to go to the beach. I'm just gonna go out the back. I've got a pool, I've got a spa. I'm just gonna lay on the boards outside. I'm good.
That's what I do.
Right.
Then I
Yeah.
come in.
And then I
Gym.
can I can just flip open then I can just flip open the Weber every couple of hours and grill an eye fillet and have a meal and then just go back to doing what I'm doing. Simple.
Yeah, yeah.
So perfect.
I just went from going outside for a swim, getting too hot, coming inside, laying in the aircon,
Yeah.
getting too cold,
Yeah.
going outside, getting too hot.
Mm.
Like to me, being off work is being on holidays anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, um, it's all right, but like a lot of people that I know went overseas, they look like they had a fun time.
Mm.
But dude, Apollo's at the stage where going overseas with him would not be a fun time because it's so routine. And it's you know what I mean. So it's like it's almost been better off just staying home, and then that way we can just maximize the routine we've set in place, which is quite good. You know,
Yeah.
plus we've got our family here, we can kind of get like a bit of breathers off that. Um, what else? What else been happening? The bodybuilding scene's been a bit quiet because everyone's leading up to the Arnold.
Mm. Mm.
Derek Lunsford announced his new coach,
Oh yeah.
Chris Aceto,
Oh yeah.
which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
We'll literally go one of two ways: real good or real bad. Copy.
Yeah.
Um,
Aceto's good though, man.
he is, yeah. So look, it's good. It just provides another element to the Arnold because, like, to be fair,
You
Samson only
know?
won
Yeah.
because Derek was off, yeah. So if
Yeah.
Derek's on, what happens then?
Mm. I spoke to him in depth years ago, like in a consult, Like, because I was going through a phase where I was just like pestering these guys just to talk to them for like an hour and just going, listen, just put a number on it. I just want to ask you as many questions as I can in that time.
Yeah.
And he was one of them. And it was an eye opener talking to him about some of the things that he was doing, how he was, in particular, how he was dealing with, the night before show day, things that he was doing at that point, how he was putting carbs in, what he was doing. It was fucking cool as. He's interesting guy. And then we met him, remember, as well. He came out to the Olympia, man. The show you did, the 15
Yeah.
Gold Coast. He was there then, remember?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
He was there. Who was he coaching?
Adam Crawford.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool. I've always liked listening to him, listening to his radio show.
Mm.
So no, it's pretty good there. How do you envision what you're gonna do now? You're back in your routine. You gonna put a priority back on training, or you gonna still chill?
No. Look, I trained yesterday, trained the day before. Oh no, my mind's definitely changed a lot. I'm training well. I probably, as I said, I won't train today. Because I've got a lot of work to do here. I can just look at my desktop and I can see the work I've got to do. I'm going, you maybe should just do that instead. We'll prioritize that. But I'm training really well. I'm following a program again. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. So that's what's going to happen with the training, with work. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, obviously, but this week we're starting something else new. We'll say more about it soon, but I'm looking forward to
Watch
that.
this space.
Sorry?
Watch this space.
Watch your space. Yeah. So
Coming soon.
yeah. So I'm at the moment allocating a day a week to that and going working with a really good friend of mine, which so that's cool. It's pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So that's what the new year holds. So starting off on the right foot. But yeah, food's good. Food's amazing too. Like literally, food's always good, man. So I know that's like I don't know. Like someone said the other day, didn't you fall off the wagon over Christmas? And you know me, like I don't eat to be lean, right? Like because I don't care.
Yeah.
I've got a phobia of being fat. I could care less. I eat because I want to feel good. I eat because I
Yes.
want to just be healthy. I don't want to eat shit. And I certainly, after the lies that we've been fed in this world over the last couple of years about stuff, right? I just failed to understand how you can pick up a bag of anything in a supermarket and believe what's inside it. That's where it's at for me. Now I don't care who agrees with me or not. I don't care. But I just eat the same way all the time. And it's not like I eat the same things all the time. I eat the same way all the time. So I probably, in my books, I was probably 75% over that Christmas week. And I ate actually a bag of chips. Can you believe it? A bag of chips the other day for the first time in about, I don't know, I reckon 5 years.
You know that's something that I'll never do.
What's that?
Eat a bag of chips.
Yeah, that's what
No
that's
interest in eating a
okay.
bag of chips.
So that's why I was so surprised. Okay. So like long story, like the other day I went across the road and I don't talk to my neighbors because it's not because I don't like them. I just want to just live privately and silently. But I went across the road to see because I had this mail. Get this. Oh, this is a good one. Australia Post. You ready? So I got a signature item, which is medication, right? A signature item. Okay. Now I'm sitting in front of the computer like I am now, and I get this notification come up on email. Your parcel has been delivered. And I'm just like, well, I'm in front of the computer. How's it been delivered? So I went outside. Well, maybe they left it. They didn't abide by the signature thing, and they left it at the door. So I went outside, nothing there. So the next day I go to the Australia Post. I go, listen, they said that this thing's delivered. It's a signature item. Nothing's there. There's no calling card. They haven't come. I was actually home. I work from home, blah, blah, blah. And I said, furthermore, whenever I get it from this company, this guy that delivers this shit, okay, never delivers it. I'm always home. And all I get is a notification. We attempted delivery. We're taking it to the parcel lock. I said, no, in other words, he just goes, you know what, fuck it. It's 3 o'clock. I'm just going to just go home and pretend that all these people went home and just take it to the parcel locker, right? So that was it. So we put a complaint in, okay? And then After they get to it, they get back to me. Oh, look, we got to the bottom of it. The postman has delivered it to the address and a person has signed for it. I said, no shit. I've got the actual copy of the person's signature that signed it because Australia Post gave it to me. Now, it was an Indian name. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it was, right? And I'm just like, okay. So I'm going, well, no one lives at my house. Who signed this thing? So anyhow, I went on. I said, no one is at my house. I don't, blah, blah, blah. So they said, oh, well, we'll look into it further. Looked into it further. Okay, we've delivered it to the right address and your carer has signed for the parcel. That's why it's a different name. I said, I live by myself. I don't have a carer and I was home. I said, stop doing this. So then someone else got involved, said, look, we're really sorry. We'll look into it next time. Maybe you should get the app so you can track it. I said, I've got that. And that's got nothing to do with this. It's a signature item. It should have been signed for by me. So this has kept going on. Then the other day, I get this other one. Look, we've looked into it again, and the postman has delivered it to the correct address, and the carer has signed for it. I said, for the last fucking time, I don't have a carer. There is no one at my house. I was home. Now, if you're going to keep saying it's the correct address, tell me the address that it was delivered to. And they can't. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't see that. I'm going, so you're telling me it's delivered to the right address, but you can't see it. So anyhow, long story short, I went across the road. The people across the road look like they're maybe Indian descent. Went across the road and I said, listen, is there a name such and such here? He goes, no, there's no one here by that name. I said, you haven't got a parcel delivered here? No. He goes, are you sure? You know, I know there's a few people living here. Can you ask? It was a guy, lovely man. And he's like, no. And then, it turns out he was Sri Lankan. Lovely man. So ever since that, now I talk to him. He's a lovely guy, right? So then Christmas time comes and I'm about to go. Oh, New Year's. I was about to go out. And he goes to me, he goes, do you eat snacks? And I'm just like, well, kind of snacks. Like, yeah. He goes, oh, my son works for this company, such and such. You know, I'll give you some snacks. Be good to have. I said, oh, no worries. Just being polite. So he dead set came out with a garbage bag about that big, man, just full of shit, all sorts of stuff. So they're just sitting on the kitchen table. They've been sitting there for 2 weeks. Oh, not 2 weeks. They've been sitting there for a week. And I just don't eat chips. But I ate one packet of these like grain sticks that were in there the other day.
Hey, did you get medication?
No.
Really? You haven't got the back yet?
No, bro. They've just that's the attitude is that. And I just said, so now it's to the point that the actual company that has shipped it is going to give me the medication that reissue me because I've supplied them with the emails so that they don't care. They're going, listen, we'll just give it to you. Don't worry about it. But we need some notification because we can't risk being audited as over prescribing, right, within a time frame.
Yeah.
So if you provide us some, notification saying that this wasn't delivered, blah, 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 we can just give you the medication. So get this. Not only did they pay for Express, they paid for signature. It was sent to the wrong address. It was signed for by someone that wasn't me. And Australia Post is still going, it was delivered. Right? That's it. That's how fucked up this is. The bottom line is if Australia Post loses something of yours, it's too bad. You're not getting it. That's it. There is no ifs, there's no buts. They're just going, it's delivered. I'm going, well, how do you explain someone else's signature on it?
Because that's why you pay for insurance with Australia Post.
And Australia Post are probably in charge of the insurance, and that's why they do it.
That's wild.
That's unbelievable. It's a signature item. It just should not have been released without my signature on it.
Yeah, what it was like super personal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty bad, actually.
All right.
This is quite bad.
Oh,
do you use any like smartphones or no smartphone? I know you use an iPhone, like Apple Watch, fitness tracker, sleep tracker. Do you use any of that?
I've got an Apple Watch.
Do you use any of the features?
No.
No.
I don't even know how to use it properly. I'm gonna be honest here. I just like look at it. I it's not that I don't think it's beneficial. It's just that it pissed me off because fucking the phone would ring through the watch and all that sort of stuff. And then I just was like, you know what? I'm trying to train to get away from this crap. But I'm more used to wear it just to sort of just monitor my steps. And not that I really give a shit about that sort of stuff either, but it was more for general interest to see what my output was in conjunction with my training versus the calories I was eating to see.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. It was general interest sort of stuff. But no, what do you use? What features do you use out of it? Like, what do you find beneficial?
I haven't used mine for I haven't worn mine for 6 months.
Haven't you?
Easy to think.
Yeah, see, mine's in my bedroom. It hasn't even been charged for probably that long either.
No, I don't know. I didn't buy it to get it and get into it. I bought it with the thought of some of the features are cool. I, I don't know, like I just couldn't vibe with it. It just wasn't one, the battery didn't last
Mm,
for my whole day. So that turned me off straight away.
mm,
So it was never ever accurate because it would never be on for the whole day or whatever.
mm,
Then you'd forget to wear it a day. Like the heart rate monitor I
mm,
found probably the most interesting.
mm,
Like during sets, cardio, whatever, just because you can glance at it, that's quite easy. But
mm,
like I don't track steps, fucking I hate the word steps. I find I can see how though like it'd be very beneficial if you were that way inclined.
mm,
Um, but like the Apple Ring is what I'm waiting on because that attracts me because it's all like so you just wear the ring, you don't even notice that you're wearing it, right? It won't ring or you can't use it as text or whatever.
yeah.
But there'll be certain metrics that you can kind of like, and I think if you choose one or two things to actually focus on and try and improve or whatever, that will make your day to day beneficial. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's so maybe like try and bring your resting heart rate down. Yeah, because obviously then you're gonna have better heart health or whatever.
Mm,
But it'll be interesting to see what features that comes out as, and then you can kind of like hone in on a couple. I was just intrigued because like obviously it's a big thing with like with coaching and online coaches. It's like the more things that you can say you're going to track and you can watch, the
mm,
more appeal you think you might have to a potential client or whatever. Instead of just focusing on the actual fucking composition of the physique and the diet that you give them. But like it just I don't know. To me, there's there comes a point to just being too many variables.
right.
Like steps. Like how many steps should I do? I don't care. Just go about your day. Then do cardio. Like, or if you're a very very like high like a high labor job, like you're moving a lot at work, then you might not be prescribed cardio because you move a lot of work. I don't care how many steps you do. Or
Mm,
if you do 20,000 steps a day, yet you're still fat,
mm.
do you think you should do cardio or not?
Well, okay, no. So here's your point. So let's say you got someone who's got a labor intensive job, right? That runs around all day and they're doing like between 15 and 20,000 steps, right? What are you going to do? You're going to tell them to do less steps?
No, but the thing is, like, this is the point, especially it's more so if they need to, if they're trying to get bigger, you just got to feed them more, yeah?
Yeah,
But
right.
if you're doing 20,000 steps and you're still got body fat to lose, I'm sorry, but this is your normal day.
Mm,
You need to do something outside of your normal day
hmm
to drop body fat,
hmm
which would more than likely be cardio. So go about your day, and then I'm sorry, you're still doing cardio until,
mm.
yeah, or you get underfed.
But it's just another excuse making mechanism. It's like, but I'm doing 20,000 steps. So and so's doing 8,000 steps. Yeah, well, you know what? There's so many variables. Like, you probably eat like shit. They
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Like, what are you going to measure?
Yeah,
Um,
but like, my point to a lot of people is like, who cares what steps you do because you're not going to change your day. Yeah,
well, it's your day. If you look at it that way, you're measuring your baseline. That's what you'd be doing. And going,
yeah.
right, what
If
is
you,
my
if you don't go to work on the weekend,
right?
obviously your day's different to during the week.
Mhm.
But during the week, it'll be during the week.
Everything just all the time. It's like everyone keeps adding something so that it just seems more important. It's like more and more things, more and more things. Now, some information is your most valuable commodity. There's no doubt, right? So, but sometimes more information actually is not beneficial as well. It's like you just some stuff you don't need, you know. So I don't know, like yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
look, as I said,
All right.
I've got the watch, I've used it.
On that statement,
Yes.
what would be information that someone would not need to know, or they can just totally disregard?
You know what? I actually don't even know what's on it, Jimmy, to be honest. Like,
No, I'm just talking about no.
oh,
Disregard the technology in just general in the fitness space. Yeah,
mhm.
what would it be? I can go first if you like. Right,
There you go. Go on.
I totally disregard any protein, and you'll be against this because I know everything adds up with yours.
Hmm.
Any protein that comes from carbs, I don't count, and any
Mhm.
carbs that come from green veggies, I just don't count.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I just don't count it.
Mhm.
I'm not interested in it.
Right. Mm. Well, I think you're dealing with something that's minor. So, you know,
And I'm not talking about contest prep either. We're just
no, no,
talking
no.
about
I
top.
understand what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying. I understand what you're saying. I think it just goes back to that point where, you know, when you're eating a certain way and you're eating certain foods to get certain macros out of certain foods that aren't that direct macro source. Um,
Yes. For example,
yep, you know where I'm going. You go and do you do it.
avocado. Yeah,
Right,
I consider avocado a fat source. I
right.
couldn't give a fuck about how many carbs is in that avocado.
Okay.
Those carbs don't exist to me.
Right.
They're not even real carbs. They're in avocados. There's
Yeah,
no rice in avocado.
they're avocado carbs.
They're avocado carbs. They're
But
green.
you can put avocado in rice though.
Yeah, but then there's that's okay. But do you know what I mean? Like people will go, oh,
How many carbs are in avocado though per 100?
fuck, like 7.
Is it?
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
I
I,
know.
I got less than that.
It's but like okay, if we're gonna go nitty gritty detail for detail, yeah,
Mm,
where like shit's on the line,
mm.
things like that have to be worried about. But if you're following like something like if you're following and you're just 80% of everything,
Yeah.
they're little things that don't need to be even fucking thought about.
Well, see, my program can't not count it, so I don't have that. You know,
That's what I mean. And nor
that's
can mine.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when I'm trying to get
Mm,
if I'm a little bit over for
mm,
someone's plan or whatever, I'll go back and I'm like, well, fuck, man, there's 14 grams of carbs out of avocado. The green veggies are providing like 30. All right, if they're 40 grams over their thing, I'm going to be okay with that because I know where it's coming from.
mm.
That's my information that I don't give a fuck about.
No, I'm just checking something. Not checking that you're not right. I'm just interested in something.
What are you checking?
Carbs in avocado per 100 grams. Like
I
everything,
hope,
you're going to get a different answer from every single program.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Like, I
so
hope we're right.
it's like, you know, you go Fitness Pal, it'll say this. You go to Calorie King, it'll say this or whatever. Look, it'll be in the ballpark of somewhere between high fives and about 8 in that range, I would, by the looks of it. And also by my program too. So, interesting.
Hey, look, there's some stages of the year that I don't count source.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
um, but like, but yeah, that information overload, I agree, sucks. Um,
Well, I
also,
mean, I know people that measure their body temperature at different times of the month as well. I mean,
I've never heard about that. Really,
yeah, 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 yeah. So,
my temp gauge would explode. I'll run hotter than anything.
look, at the end of the day, right? Okay, so let's go to the coaching component here, right? If you've got to look, people, and this is related to this, so I'm not trying to sidetrack the conversation. You're coaching for an outcome, right? People keep forgetting this. You're coaching for an outcome. You're coaching for point A to point B. You're coaching for this result. right? Don't forget that. So if you've got the skill set that can get you that end result with the minimal fuss, right, and with less effort, research, whatever, that's because you're more experienced, you've got more intellect or whatever. That allows you to charge a certain price. Now, if it takes someone else 10 times that amount of time, they still charge the same price. And that's because um, you have a greater skill set and it takes you a certain amount of time. So you're very efficient at doing your job. But when you got these coaches with the packages, people seem to lose sight of the fact that you're just coaching and you're mentoring. Okay. You're giving them programming, you're giving them advice, you're giving them structure, and you're giving them knowledge and you're answering questions, right? And you're giving them accountability and you're giving them critique, right? These people that add all these things to the package, right? This is what people don't get. Look at all the add-ons, you get this 24/7 support, you get, these groups, you get 24-hour roadside assistance, all this stuff, right? People need to understand that that's because the coach doesn't have the skills to coach. That's why they add all these other things in to make it look like it's a bigger thing. The good coaches actually don't have all these monstrous things in this package. They're just offering you quality intellect, quality coaching, and an outcome, point A to point B, right? With the support required. They don't need to turn around and, offer you counseling and offer your mum counseling and offer your dog fucking dog biscuits on its birthday. Understood? Yeah. Right?
So I've had to put that 24/7 chat because it's to compare to other programs for sale online, right?
Yeah.
But I've talked to my clients for fucking 10 years. And all that was advertised was a diet and training plan. But because I like to converse with my clients, I talk to them all the time anyway. I don't. It's like one of those stupid inclusions that you have that you kind of have to state that's there, but it's like,
But
when are you not going to answer a question from your client?
Right. So, but let's talk about the actual realistic nature of that. So you got 24/7 support. Okay, really? Okay, so they can ring you anytime over 24 hours and you're going to pick up the phone at 2:06 in the morning and go, yes, you know what? You can swap those nuts or avocado.
To be fair,
yeah,
I'm probably the only person that actually would be able to offer that support legit.
Well, that's because you wake up at fucking midnight or something to go
I
to
get up at 12:15.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking there. Let's swap the avocado at 2 a.m., motherfucker. Yeah. But like, you're right. And to be fair, if it would almost take away from some coaches' ability to coach what they're supposed to coach, how they're supposed to coach, because being tied up with questions like that. Like, whereas if they just added it to their check-in and said, look, hey, is there times throughout the week that I can change my 4 eggs to fucking 1 egg, three whites, and then a little bit of avocado? You go, yeah, no dramas. Put this much in, blah blah blah, right? And then they know that on Wednesday when they feel like a little bit of avocado, they can put it in. Whereas I'd bring you on the spot and go, hey, listen.
I'm efficient, right? Whatever questions I get, they're answered with rapid time. They're never more than 24 hours. And that's actually a really big stretch. They're always quickly. So if someone asks me that, they always get a response. But it's it's a part of the service. But as I said, like there are just people inventing things and adding things in. And there's like we talk about this a bit lately. There's this new advent of all these special phases now that people have got within a structure. I mean, I'm not going to be broken record, keep talking about them, but like I'll keep hearing new ones all the time. Like we've got a maintenance phase now, and we've got a health phase, and we got a this phase, we got a reverse phase, and like
prep phase.
Oh, thank you. I was looking for that one. I forgot. We got a pre-prep phase. Really?
Back in the day, that would have been a 2-week bender. No, listen.
Just to clear the cobwebs out.
No, but to be fair, Pilates used to have the best pre-prep phase fucking ever.
Mm.
And he was Bender. He took the family and went away for 2 weeks.
Mm.
He went on a 2-3 week vacation.
Right.
Like, to me, that's like, it's not even called a pre-prep phase. It's called a fucking vacation
Yeah.
before you start a prep. Like, it's I don't know, man. Like, it goes to the point of just fucking adding all this bullshit in to make yourself sound way more important than you are.
Mm.
Like that guy a few years back used to use all those big words. I'd pronounce some, but I can't. They were way too big. Maybe that's why I didn't like him. Maybe because I couldn't say the words. That's why I didn't like him.
You remember he used to always, when he'd say something, the next sentence would be, and to that of which?
Yes.
It's that next sentence, and to that of which? Like, dude, seriously, like, you just don't sound any smarter.
You're the same fucking coach as Kamala Harris.
Oh, God.
They
Yeah.
always revert back to that same fucking put.
You
Those
know what?
same
Ultimately, these things
words.
don't change, do they? Like, they don't change. It's just like there's new inventions of the old same shit just over and over again.
What did I see the other day? Like, oh, it was Eminem talking about rapping or some shit. He's like, he's like, if he hears, I was thinking, I was listening to shorts about his new rap show,
Yeah.
Rhythm and Flow on Netflix or something like that.
Right.
And he's just talking about how he does his judging or how he goes, if he hears a contestant refer to or mention something that he or he knows someone has said before, he scratches them straight away.
Right.
Right. But in, so my point to it, to bring it back to coaching, is it's kind of the opposite, man. Like, there's only so much things you can do.
Right.
Okay. It's more the timing and when to implement something
Mm.
to a body reaction, right? And that's what actual coaching is, right?
Mhm.
It's not like you can give programs and people can buy programs and buy for things to follow, fucking blah blah blah. But if you want to talk about what coaching used to be, and like this is back before I was even doing coaching,
Mm.
maybe even back before, like pretty much when you started, probably, right?
Mm.
It was go follow this.
Mm.
Let's see what happens.
Mm.
Then I'll make changes based on the results you come back to me with.
Right.
It's not like, all right, we're going to do this for 3 weeks, then we're going to do this for 3 weeks, then we're going to peak you like this, and we're going to do this. It's like coaching's based on response of the body and then your instinct of what to do to make that body better.
Right.
Is that
Exactly.
correct?
So, right, well said. I agree with you. So, it's the same as like, um, people that go like, "Oh, my coach makes changes every week." It's like the changes every week's like it's like an expected thing. Now, do you know what? You might go on and you might go 4 weeks and not need to change something. Like I remember when we did our first prep, right? We
Yeah.
changed nothing for a huge period of time because everything
Almost 12 weeks. We didn't
right.
change.
So coaching is also knowing when to not do something,
Uh,
right? So it's really quite interesting. So you get these people that turn in and they go, "Oh yeah, but my coach makes what changes are we making this week? My coach is making changes every week." Listen, swapping fish for chicken is not a change. You're just actually just swapping a source within the same macro range, right? But then they say that that's a change. So it's like like a kid sits at a table, right? And he's got his food on the table. He doesn't want to eat the food, so he just like moves it around with his fork, right? So it looks like he's just eating the food. That's the change that these coaches are doing. It's the same thing. They're doing nothing, right? If a change is this, either decreasing calories, increasing calories, right? Or changing the macro ratio split within that plan. They're changes. Swapping a sauce out and going, you know what, instead of eating rice, you can eat potato. That's not a change.
yeah.
Interesting. So,
So I had a client that was making good progress up until he wasn't, yeah.
right.
And then I literally changed from him having carbs before he trained. I
Mm,
kept the same carbs, the exact same. I just
mm,
pushed it to after he trained.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Because he was training early and more. Anyway, the specific don't matter the specifics.
mm,
Nothing else changed except for that movement of carbohydrates from pre to post
Mm.
He's dropped 2 kilos in the last 10 days.
So what meal, if he's changed it from pre to post, what meal was the pre-meal? What number meal was that? Was it two
That
or
was
three?
number two. Number
Number
two.
two.
Like, he was having, and his primary goal is to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Performance is not like he's a big, strong cunt anyway. So
Mm.
performance is not a factor. Like we have no worries about performance. I don't care how strong he's going to get. I don't care how full he is. I don't care how big he is getting
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
dropping body fat, right?
Purely compositional, right?
100%.
Right.
So we're going. He trained after meal two. So his first meal was fat and protein.
Mm-hmm.
Second meal was protein, carbs, probably a little bit of fat, not much though, and then goes into the rest of the day. I just pulled the. I doubled the fat, which was only 10 grams to 20, and then
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the carbs, which was only like probably 60 or 70 anyway,
There you
and
go.
I've done another 50 post workout.
Right.
Um, him training on an empty stomach, like more of an empty stomach, just allowed. And he said, look, he said he was training better too. So
Right.
it's one of those things where, like, to me, it made sense. I was like, well, if he's at a plateau, why put in energy to burn? Why don't we just try and just burn some energy that he's got? And like there's to me that's a change, but it's not really a change because did the calories change? No.
Well, I would call that a change because you've used some intellect and changed the timing of the food structurally. So I think that's props to you, right? And I think that your change has also resulted in the improvement in his physique too. Because I'm going to be honest with you, right? If it was, I eat 4 meals a day. Everyone can sit there and say whatever they want. I eat 4 meals a day because of work. I can't be fucked eating five. I'm just done with it, right? But if I was eating 5 meals a day, right, I always train every day after 2 meals, right? And I only have carbs in meal two because it's a smoothie and I'm going out the door to train. And also for the fact because I want to hit a certain amount of carb requirement for the day and I'm only eating 4 meals, right? And I don't want to sit there and have to eat 200 grams of raw rice in one raw weight of rice in one meal. I'd rather just spread it out and not ever be just feeling like I'm sick, right? But if I was eating 5 meals and they were more spaced out, I would eat protein and fats and protein and fats for meals one and two, and I would train on the fats, and then I'd have all the carbs post. Now, that's just me. I always train, in my opinion, with greater clarity and concentration on the fats, and it's because of that, and also the stability of my blood sugar is another contributing factor as well. So that's just what I prefer. So you've indirectly just done exactly that to this person, and he's dropped a couple of kilos.
See, if I train on any more than one carb meal, and not to sound like a fucking sick cunt,
Mm,
but I get pumped too easy,
mm,
and then I just want to go home after the first
right.
exercise. When I train a bit flat, when I train like not loaded with carbs, I'm kind of chasing the pump a little bit more, so I'm training fucking hard. Like, and it's I don't know, it's like these holidays where I've been more relaxed, and I'd go to the gym on like 2 carb meals and like a little bit more relaxed carb meals, so got a bit more sodium or whatever.
Mm,
Not so pumped after the first exercise. I'm like, man, this is fucked.
mm,
Like it's not as much fun as it is when you're kind of like chasing a pump,
mm,
especially when you're fully loaded. It's like, I don't know, everyone's different. Like that's the thing. Like the fact that everybody is different kind of makes it cool too, because everyone everyone has to have something different to be given. Like I said to someone the other day, I said, you can come through my computer and look
mhm,
at every single one of my clients. I
mm,
promise to God that every single one of them have a different plan.
mm.
Like there might be elements of the same thing, yeah, but
Oh, because you know these things work.
like they're all individualized. You won't find two the same, right? Which is, I think, why a lot of the a lot of coaches talk about high amounts of volume turnover. Like their volume of clients are high, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but so's the drop off.
Mm.
So I might get 15 clients a week. I just lost 11. I just lost 16.
Mm.
You know, because everything's the same
Mm.
across the board. And a lot of people aren't stupid too. Like they know if this is just a kind of a cookie cutter kind of run of the mill, yeah, everyone's got this plan, as opposed to, okay, this guy's thought about what my routine is, thought about how I go about my day, thought about what I need to get done out of this, and put something together, put something on paper.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Look, it's like it's like the same thing too. Like it's like someone deciding that someone's, however they work this out, by the way, their maintenance is 2,500 calories. How you could work that out accurately is fucking beyond me because there's no formula that's going to just give you something like that. But anyhow, so let's say someone's got 2,500 calories, and let's say that they're going to use a conventional or whatever conventional 40-40-20 split macro ratio, right? Which is fine. What about people that don't process or manage glycogen in the same capacity that others do? In other words, some manage it more efficiently than others. Others don't manage carbohydrates as well. That's where these things fall down for me. And that's why things have to be done in a more customized manner. Because you might have someone that in 2,500 calories can eat 300 grams of carbs, right? And then you might have someone in 2,500 calories that can't cope with 150 grams of carbs and needs more protein and more fats. So these preset ratioed macro splits that they do, it's a straight 40-40-20. They love numbers, these people, like combinations to a safe, isn't it? It's like, safe. Yeah. So anyhow,
But
that's my take on that. But
dude, I think look, I don't know. Everyone's individual, like that, that's case in point. But that stuff, I don't even think has been taken into account in the majority of uh people's thought patterns in terms of what to eat, how to eat, or even how to give nutrition plans. Which we could go on about that a whole topic.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but mate, we're out of time.
Mm.
I will. I'm going to read you something, right?
Of course.
So Verity's always told me to lock my phone
Hmm.
when Apollo takes my phone. All right. Sometimes he'll grab it off me and he'll just flick around and fucking try to think he knows what he's doing, right? He somehow, right, sent an Instagram message that said this to one of my clients the other day. She's probably like between like 45 and 55.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. The message said this: it's like his way, but I love you so much. I missed you today. Bit too hot, are you? With some food, slept well through. Like when they first go in there, they're excited because they're all together, but they went to bed hungry, hungry. When we get home, I'll give you something to eat. Make food. What do you feel like? A bit of roll? A sandwich? Nana?
What the fuck?
So you know how the iPhone's got like in
Yeah, it's
like
prompt.
that text, so you can just tap it and just that's the fucking story that he come up with.
But it kind of like it almost half matches.
I know, and it's sent because it's intuitive or whatever, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
you get to words and it'll make a word, right? And I was like, I didn't even know. I got a notification that she sent me the message in reply, and then I saw the message above, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right, better start locking my phone.
And what was her like? What did she say? What did she go?
She's like, what did she actually say? It was actually quite funny. Um, she said, you where is it? She replied with this exact: "If you're offering, I'd fucking love a sandwich or a roll."
That's fucking awesome. What a great reply.
I know. So, but all right. On that note, Chris,
All right,
season 2, episode 1, done.
done. Dusted.